Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to a WrestleMania edition of Wizard Watch where we take a look and review Night 1. And let's face it, if this is the appetizer, what on earth is the main course going to be like tomorrow? Because Night 1 was an absolute banger. Triple H smashed it out the park, in my opinion. And let's start off in match card order as well. And of course, as always, get down in the comment section, share your thoughts and opinions. What did you think of Night 1? Now, Austin Theory versus John Cena. I love the fact that we got a little segment just before John Cena's entrance with the Make-A-Wish kids as well. Obviously, we know how much John Cena and all the other WWE superstars do as well for that foundation. So I love that touching tribute. However, it didn't end well for John Cena fans because, of course, predictably, Austin Theory beat John Cena with some dirty tactics, delivered this low blow, got the sneaky win, and you wait for Monday Night Raw. He is not going to stop talking about the fact that he beat John Cena. Now, it was a basic match. It was a solid match. It wasn't like groundbreaking, but you got to remember John Cena's 45 and he's not exactly going to be moving around the ring like Ricochet, and he doesn't need to. I think he looked great. I think Austin Theory looked like $1 million, to be honest with you. That kid is the future. Say what you like about him. He's shown absolutely zero nerves, and he just looks like a star. And I'll be interested to see and follow his career through the years, how he progresses from this moment on. Next up, now I'll be honest with you, I thought this was going to be my toilet break, the men's showcase matchup, and it turned out to be absolute fire. There were some really cool spots. I love the fact that Chad Gable suplexed Braun Strowman. That's right, like that was a moment I'll never forget. I do hope down the line they push Chad Gable. I'm sure they will, as a credible single superstar, because I definitely feel he's got legs in that. We saw Braun Strowman jump off the top of the ropes. We saw Ricochet with his usual shenanigans with his shooting star press. And overall, a really, really good match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Of course, the Street Profits getting the victory, and that makes total sense because them as a tag team are massively over. And to be honest with you, I don't think it would have mattered who had won, because it was that good a match. Moving on to Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul, and this match didn't disappoint. Well, the entrances didn't disappoint, to be honest with you. Logan Paul coming down to the ring. Well, the entrance on a zip wire, accompanied to the ring by a prime bottle. Yes, that's right. You heard that right. And of course, Seth Rollins has an epic entrance any day of the week with 80,000 plus fans singing along to his theme. Doesn't really get any sweeter than that. And the match quality was top tier. It still blows my mind how new Logan Paul is to WWE, and yet he comes across as like a polished veteran in the ring, showcasing his skills with the architect Seth Rollins. And what a matchup. I love the spot where Logan Paul was about to go for a frog splash off the top rope onto the announce table to take out Rollins. Rollins moved out the way and he actually frog splashed the prime man, the prime bottle, who turned out to be KSI. I like the fact that Seth Rollins got the victory here, of course, hitting a vicious curb stomp. It makes total sense. Seth Rollins, more than anyone, deserves a victory on the grandest stage of them all against Logan Paul. And it certainly didn't make Logan Paul look any worse off at all. If anything, it just made him shine even more. And I like the way he plays this heel role as well, Logan Paul. This cocky, brash kind of... Nobody really wants to see him there, but you can't ignore him because he's so fantastic. And that's how I'd sum him up in a nutshell. Moving on to Damage Control versus Trish, Becky and Lita. And what a match. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't massively looking forward to this matchup because I felt that it was pretty predictable in the match outcome. And although it went the way I predicted, I'm not going to take anything away from it. I thought both entrances were pretty cool. I always think Damage Control visually look absolutely badass. I love the black and white entrance with Trish, Becky and Lita. I love the fact, the little subtle throwback as well, with Trish in the attire that she wore at WrestleMania 21 when they were last in Hollywood. So I thought that was pretty cool. 18 years ago, like where did that time go? And I tell you what, Trish and Lita have not missed a beat in the ring. They look like $1 million. I mean, Trish is like 47 and she can go at it as well. Okay, yes, she's not the fastest. She won't be at that age, but she can more than handle herself. And I also, at the same time, think that Io Sky and Dakota Kai shone in this matchup, which sets up a really nice storyline narrative with the fact that they can then maybe blame Bayley as to why they keep failing down the line. And then maybe we see a split up from Damage Control very, very soon. Moving swiftly on to Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio in what was one of my favourite matches on the card. Just the entrances alone were fire. Dominic Mysterio coming down in a correction vehicle, handcuffed by correction officers, was such a cool touch. Fits the storyline narrative and the major heel heat as well, coming down to the ring with a lucha mask on as well. Like, wow. Like, I just love the little details there. And Rey Mysterio, what can I say? I got goosebumps legitimately marked out when he came down with Snoop Dogg in a lowrider, and that already is enough. But then comes out briefly to Eddie Guerrero's entrance theme. Light cheat still. Eddie Guerrero, one of my favourites of all time. So like that got me in the heart, like big time. And then of course, epic entrance from Rey Mysterio. It was such a great match. I love the little details with Dominic Mysterio sort of talking trash to his mother, and then his mother slapping him, and then Dominic Mysterio pouring water over his sister's face. It just added to the storyline narrative and the family aspect here, and it was just such a good match from start to finish. I was a little bit worried when the Judgment Day came out. I thought, here we go, they're going to shaft Rey on his weekend. But no, Legado came out, sort of equalised the numbers, and Rey Mysterio got the victory after a lethal 619. And this is the right decision. I did predict that Rey Mysterio was going to win, and the reason I did is because this is all about Rey Mysterio and Rey Mysterio's legacy and celebrating his career. And at the same time, this is not going to hurt Dom in any shape or form moving forward, because he's just a heat magnet and he's smashing out of the park, to be honest with you, with his character. Next up, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, where we got a new SmackDown Women's Champion crowned. And say no more about this match other than the fact that it was just incredible. This will go down in history. I honestly believe it was that good because the crowd weren't that receptive at the start, and it just absolutely stole the show. That riptide from the top rope from Rhea Ripley was just devastating. It seemed like Charlotte Flair was just like completely out of it. And did you see at the end of the match as well, Charlotte Flair smiling, sort of breaking kayfabe because she's so happy for Rhea? And this is a very different Rhea Ripley now. A very different one to the one that we saw beat Asuka at WrestleMania 37 for the Raw Women's title when she wasn't really ready, but now she's ready. And I love the fact she obviously took the loss, was humble to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 36. And things have now come full circle, and Rhea Ripley is the dominant force. And we also had this very random segment where Pat McAfee came out, and I must admit I did pop when Pat McAfee came out, like a lot of the fans in attendance. And then he somehow got a match with The Miz, beat The Miz. Take it with a pinch of salt. It was just supposed to be a bit of fun and a nice break after a very serious, epic matchup. So that brings us on to the main course, the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the Undisputed Tag Team titles. And although the match outcome was pretty predictable, the match delivered. I love the little details, the interactions with Jay and Sami. The fact that Jay hit the haluva kick on Sami Zayn. The fact that Sami Zayn kicked out of the 1D. I mean, what the heck? Like, I don't remember anyone ever having kicked out of that. And ending, what the heck? The Usos title reign with 3 haluva kicks from Sami Zayn. Epic matchup. There was some serious beatdowns along the way from the Usos to Owens, him going through the table, like literally Sami Zayn getting beaten to a pulp where he's literally nearly like passing out in the corner of the ring. Absolutely fantastic match, emotional result, the right result, and I'll be interested to see now, heading into tomorrow, how that fares for the Roman Reigns match. Roman's going to be pissed. Roman's going to be seriously pissed that the Usos have lost. So what's going to happen there? And that brings us on to following on to night 2. Now, you know my predictions in terms of this guy. I do believe he returns. And I do believe in some capacity, somehow, some way, we might get The Rock after the Roman match. We get that eye-to-eye between Roman and The Rock. Again, total fantasy, but stranger things have happened. And I just want to say as well, this never happens on this channel, but we also had a clean sweep on the predictions. 7 out of 7 on night 1. We'll take that. Now, as always, thank you so much for watching the video. It'd be very much appreciated if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new. And as always, get down in the comment section. Let me know your predictions for night 2. Catch you in the next one.